The war brought to the doorstep of the judiciary is getting murkier, with more allegations from the Jubilee party in the attempt to justify claims made by President Kenyatta in Baringo that the judiciary has allowed itself to be used by the opposition in advancing its ideas.
Mimi nataka niwaambie wenye koti, tumewaheshimu, lakini msifikirie heshima ni uoga.
Today, the ruling party is mentioning names. At a press conference chaired by the Jubilee Party Secretariat, Chair Raphael Tuju, the legislators including Eden Duale, Kithure Kindiki and Kipchumba Murkomen allege the relationship between NASA leadership and some judges is clouding their judgment. They say Justice Odunga's wife is James Orengo's niece.
Indeed, the younger sibling of Sarah Odunga is actually named James Orengo Jr. It is that close. Did he declare it? The truth is that Justice Ouko is a brother to Mr. Yaya, and Lynn Yaya is a sister to Ida Odinga.
If I was to count on my relatives in high places, then my nearest relative in the highest place in the public life, or who is a state officer, it will not be Judge Odunga. It will not be Judge Odunga. My nearest relative would be Uhuru Kenyatta, because his sister was married in Ugenya to a cousin of mine known as Dr. Jojo Wino, who was a dentist.
The party says the judges in question should have recused themselves from the case after citing conflict of interest. Justice Odunga was one of three who made the ruling last Friday and declined to suspend the orders ahead of the appeal. The others were Joel Ngugi and John Mutivo.
We spoke with restraint and clearly knowing that we do not want the judiciary to be used to move the elections from 8th of August. Number two, that the judiciary is going to be a conduit for anarchy in this country. Number three, that the judiciary is trying to aid NASA to have an Usumkate government by ensuring that the elections do not happen on 8th of 8. And that warning for the nation is important.
But the Law Society of Kenya described the statements from the head of state as alarming. In a statement signed by LSK President Isaac Okero, LSK says that when the public comments, questions the independence of the judiciary or threatens the judges, they erode the foundation of administration of justice. It goes further to say that it's irresponsible of the president, his deputy, members of parliament or any other person to make statements to the effect that the Chief Justice and judges of the judiciary are partial.
I'd like to ask the chairman to declare his interest, the people he meets, the instructions he takes, and who he spoke on behalf.
On the other hand, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights say they view the comments as veiled threats to the judiciary and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. In a statement signed by the Commission's chairperson George Morara and Gender and Equality Commission Chair Wilfred Lichuma, the two organizations also say the judiciary should not suffer the excesses of the political class and pressure should not be exerted on the judiciary and the IEBC.
All Kenyans, including the political class, are bound to respect the rule of law.
The Central Organization of Trade Unions, in a statement signed by the Secretary General, Francis Atwoli, described the comments as unfortunate and regrettable and likely to herald a state of anarchy. Kotu also cautioned the Jubilee leadership against utterances that are likely to erode the much-needed confidence in the judiciary.
Good.
The Jubilee Party, however, says criticizing the judiciary should not be construed as undermining its authority.
I think the judiciary, being a public institution, should be awake to the fact that they're public servants and their actions can be criticized by Kenyans.
The judiciary, however, is yet to respond to these allegations made today. Ken Mijungu, NTV.